Welcome to the very first tutorial of offensive security.
The truth.
So on the very first tutorial, it's an introductory thing, and we will be looking at, we just want to get familiar with this Linux operating system. And this Linux operating system is called Kali Linux, and it has pre-installed with all the hacking tools. So if you go to the applications here, you would see all these different categories. Say for example information gathering, and you see all these tools that's used for information gathering, vulnerability analysis, web application analysis, database, password, and so on and so forth. Down here you would see some system services, some usual applications like the common one like accessories, internet options, and some of the other programming things and sounds and videos, system tools. So yeah, if you go to the places, you can actually go to your home folder, desktop folder, documents, and your actual computer, and whatever console you have opened here, it's shown here. So for example, I have opened terminal, so it's shown here. If I just open a web browser, so as you can see, the web browser is open. If I minimize it now, you can see a little dot on the side that indicates that this is minimized here. Anyway, so I want you to first get familiar with the Kali Linux, or the Linux structure in general. It's a root structure. It's a hierarchical structure. That's what they call it. So by hierarchical structure, it means we have a root folder on the top, and inside the root folder we have different folders, and different folders contain different things. So just to give you an example, if I go to my computer, and so this actually, all this data, all these files and folders in Linux, everything is a file. First of all, you need to understand that, you need to realize that. If you have been using Windows operating system for so long, then you know there are tons of executable files and stuff like that, but in Linux everything is a file. And so, and in folders, they call them directories in Linux. So there is this, all these folders and directories and files are inside a root directory. Okay, and as you see, there's a bin, boot, dev, etc, home, and each of these folder has a specific function or directory. I should say it now. So let's say if I pick home directory, it's empty right now. Okay, and if you go to, there's another root directory inside your main root directory. So if let's go to the terminal, and if we say pwd, our command is pwd, which stands for present working directory. If we hit enter, it shows us that we are inside /root folder. Okay, if we want to change our directory, so the command for that is cd, which stands for change directory. So let's say I want to go to the home directory now, and as you can see, this home directory is in blue color here. That means we are inside the home directory now. If I do ls is for listing things, but as you know that there's nothing in this directory, so there's nothing to show. If I just cd and hit enter without nothing, it will just take me back to my default directory. If I do ls now, as you can see, desktop, downloads, music, public, videos, all these different directories are inside my /root directory right now. Okay, with that, if you can type in clear, the command is clear to clear the screen, or you can just simply hit Control and L. That will clear that too. In the next video, I'll give you a more in-depth, or maybe not in the next video, but in some video I'll try to give you a more in-depth Linux structure, like how Linux structure is formed. But it's a good exercise on your first video if you just you want to locate and feel all this thing, what's going if you're new to this thing. So let's start with a few things that you need to know, a few commands that you need to know in order to get started. The very basic that you need to know. First command is called locate, and what it does is basically to locate a file or something. So let's say if I want to locate say for example this brainpan 3 folder, so I just type brainpan 3 and it just shows me the brainpan is on root, desktop, and brainpan 3 and all these different stuff that is inside my folder. Very well. Here's the thing. So right now I'm pressing Ctrl L to clear my screen. Here's the thing that you need to understand with this locate command is you need to first update your database prior to using this. So the command is update db. Db stands for database, and I just hit enter. So now I just updated my database. What it does is sometimes you create some new different links or hard links, soft links, but it's not set in your database. So maybe this locate command is unable to find the specific file that you're looking for. But once you update your database, all these links are set in now and you can find it. Other command that we are going to use is our which command. And so say which svd all. If I do this and hit enter, nothing to show. Why? Because svd okay, here's another command first you need to know. It's called man. Man is for manual, and if I say which, you can say you can see the manual page or the manual report for any command you just type in here. So which returns the path name of the file which would be executed in the current environment had its argument been given as command in strictly POSIX command shell. It does this by searching the path for executable file matching the names of the argument. It does not canalicalize path names. Okay, well, the idea of saying is which only tells you the name of the programs or whatever you're looking for if it's in your working directory. So say for example, if I say which brainpan 3, there's nothing in there because it's not in my path variable. Now there's a variable called path. If I do echo path, this is your path variable. User local bin. Okay, these are your path variables f2. Now to understand it more clearly, if it's hard to explain it right now, but if you have any programming experience, say you have worked with Java before, you need to set your environment variable working with Java or any programming language, say Python or something, and it's kind of like the same concept. So let's say if I do which nmap, so you see nmap is in my current path, so it's in user bin nmap. Okay, my third command would be to find something would be find, and it's more aggressive searching command. So the syntax for using this command is I type in find /, which means search in the very first directory or the root directory. The root directory is represented by /. Like name, the name of the file that we want to search. Say we want to search spd, and asterisk means all spd type, like it could be .config file or .list or whatever files I have in there. If I hit enter, it just showed me, so my spd file that I'm looking for is in user share spd, user share windows binary, and all these different directions. Now find is a very versatile command, and you can use it in so many different ways. So let's say I want to know what kind of files these are. So say for example, this is an .exe file, but I don't know about this file, so I can do find in the root directory, so / for that, name of the file that I want to search, spd, all type, and there's another option with it, it's called execute. So if any command that you want to execute on top of this find command, so I want to know file command, so I'll tell you in a second what this file command will do. And so if I write file and I type anything after that, so say brainpan -3, okay, well, I have to go to my desktop first. So now you can see BrainPan 3 is here. So if I just do file and do a BrainPan 3, it just shows me the BrainPan 3 is a directory. So file command basically tells you what kind of file it is. So when I do a find in the root directory and the name svd all and execute this file command on all the results, it's going to show you what kind of files they are. So for example, user bin svd is an ELF 64-bit executable, and all these results, different results. So let's clear it for now. You can also use find commands and say slash okay, name, say svd again, and okay, so here's another option. If you type iname, it says ignore the case. So now maybe there's some files that have a capital S or capital B or D or all three of them or combination of them being in capital. That's just gonna make it case insensitive. So all the files that have svd in it, it will search for it. You can also search it with something called type. So if I do type, let's say I want to search all the directories, so I would say type D, all the directories with this name. Or I want to search some files, then I would say type F for the file. So and I can also do a max depth. So max depth, I have option like 1, 2, 3, or like how deep you want it to go and search for your file. And obviously if it's more in depth, then it might take a little while to find your thing. And you can also use this command with something called perm or permission. So let's say I want to find all the svd files which have 0777 permission on it, or I can also do something like which do not have permission or perm 777 on these files. So if I do something like that, okay, let's do it again. Find and all, take iname, say svd. Let's see what it shows us. So perfect. And if I do it again, and not perm 777. I might be missing the syntax or something, but you get the idea. You can find more about this find file if you do a man on find, and here you can see all these different commands and options that it uses. So let's just look it up for the permission. If you see it here, oh, it's a really big menu. Or anytime you're inside a manual and just wanna go out, you just type you just type Q to get to quit, or H for finding a help out of this. So here's a little exercise for you guys. I want you to find the location of okay, plink.exe, and I want you to find the location of this .exe and paste the location in the comment. Also, for the next exercise, I want you guys to read about or do a man on DNS enumeration or DNS enum. So do that and try to understand, like look around. There's a structure on the Kali Linux